Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Fortress Comic News, episode 464. I'm one of your hosts, Chris. Also, my co-host here, Mike. How we doing, Mike?
Doing good. Got a awesome interview today with Mr. Gary Hodges. We're going to talk about his book, Dinosaurs versus Marsbots, which is a little less punchy and a little more sci-fi first encounter, alien-esque, like classified files. So, yeah, it's a great interview. Got to talk a little bit about some conspiracy theories, some first-hand encounter stories of alien encounters. So that was a fun time. Other than that, it's happy big sports day, everybody. It's the Sunday of the big sports day. So
yeah. So the game's over when you're listening to this, but congratulations to the team that won.
Congrats to the team that won. Really happy for them and their fans. I used to be a football fan, and I was a Patriots fan back in the day, but I haven't. All my dedicated time and effort goes to baseball.
Yeah.
I can't do multiple sports because I still follow baseball during the off season stuff.
That's my father asked me about that one time because I quote unquote follow multiple sports, but he's like, "How do you do it?" And I'm like, honestly, I don't. Football is my first love, and and that's the thing I love. But I follow along with the Phillies. I follow along with the 76ers. Right. Once in a while, I might watch a game, but it's not like football where it doesn't even matter who's playing. I'm watching a football game.
Yeah, that's how I feel about baseball. I'll watch right now is the Olympics, dude. I've been watching that. I'll watch anything for the Olympics. I love the Olympics.
I got to see because in the past, Kevin Hart and Snoop Dogg did a commentary for the Olympics.
They did last time.
Yeah, and I'm not an Olympics guy, honestly, but they're watching them, and it's I think it's clips that they do, but watching them was hilarious.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg commentary is.
I think of that clip of him with the horse, and it's Snoop Dogg. I gotta get this horse in the video.
It's so funny.
It's so funny. I love it.
I've just been watching all the events, and it's a great time. There was a really funny ad, and I'm excited for the ads tonight for the Super Bowl and the performances. I want to see Green Day perform. So, which I didn't know there was I never knew there was a pre Super Bowl show. I guess it's maybe I just never paid attention to that. But I'm a huge Green Day fan.
It's been a recent thing, but yeah, okay. I love Green Day as well. Yeah, honestly, and I was just talking to the missus about this last night.
Yeah.
It's hard to say this without it becoming a political statement, but it's really not. I'm not a Bad Bunny guy.
Yeah.
And it's for me, and my taste in music, solely that. This is the least exciting halftime show it could possibly be.
Yeah. I mean, that's not,
Yeah.
I
even Kendrick Lamar last year, I'm not a fan, but I left it being oh, okay. He's that's not bad.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I am this year. I don't think I've ever heard a Bad Bunny song. I'm going to watch the halftime show and be okay. I heard he might have some special guests to bring out with him and stuff. Same thing with Kendrick Lamar. I never watched or listened to him before, but I was I knew that one song, but I was oh, this is kind of cool. I never listened to Kendrick again, but Green Day doing the opening is kind of cool, so I'm excited for that.
But yeah, Green Day. I've loved Green Day for a long time, so
yeah, I've always wanted to see them live. Have I been watching anything or nothing really, nothing crazy going on, except Dungeon Crawler Carl. You and I have been texting each other about that. And
I think you're in the middle of book 4. I finished book 4.
Yeah, I have 40 pages left of book 4. Again, it's so good. I just can't talk enough good things about it. But
40 page. What do you know? What chapter that is?
No clue. There's a giant dog, and they're racing to get the. For any of you who aren't Dungeon Crawler readers, this does not have no context to you, but they're trying to get the giant puppy. They're trying to get the giant blind feral god to see the giant puppy. That's the part I'm at right now.
So you got to the Sharktopus.
Yeah, the Sharktopus. Yeah. That was awesome. Yeah, the Sharktopus was crazy. Yeah,
I was working listening to that, and I'm in someone's backyard, and I think out loud, I'm like, Sharktopus!
Yeah, because you texted me to. I didn't know what character you meant because I was gonna text you at the end of the book in case I missed something. But the Sharktopus was crazy. I was for anybody that's not a fan, this book reads and listens like the wackiest Dungeons and Dragons campaign you've ever played with your friends, with like sci-fi politics involved.
And so I've now bought all of his audiobooks, and which includes like another series he did and a new book that's coming out.
Yep.
Yesterday, as you're listening to this, but Tuesday, and I discovered this is a whole genre of books now.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm like,
what are they called? RPG novels or something like that? Or
well, they're listed on Audible as lit RPGs,
lit
like
RPGs,
literature RPGs.
Yeah.
And I grabbed another one that's supposed to be really good, and I'm like, let's see. I want to see if I like this genre or if I just like Matt's work.
Well, it's like scratching my itch of like, I don't play D&D anymore, but like it's getting me into the mood to write another D&D campaign and like to get like it, and like I even find myself playing less video games at night and like reading more dungeon crawler because it's almost like a campaign that I'm like waiting to finish. You know, that's what it feels like. It's like a weird sort of like medium that kind of like scratches a lot of itches for me, so it's kind of nice.
You should look up his other work too, because they don't have an audio version, but he does a Kaiju book too.
Yes, I did see that.
Yeah,
it had Kaiju in the name, and I was like, oh shit, I got to read that.
Yeah. So.
There's so much good stuff, and to get me to read, this will be my 4th novel I've read like in 2 months. Crazy! I've never done that, and reading comics at the same time. So.
Yeah, dude, I went back to the audiobooks. I'm on book 11. For this year.
Wow, that's awesome.
That's how many I've listened to so far. Yeah,
that's great.
Like, I'm killing it with that.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. I'm doing the. I did wrap up the Lord of the Rings trilogy, Andy Serkis ones. Highly recommend it. I finished that up. And never reading the books before. For those of you that don't know, like the end of Return of the King, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. They get back to the Shire, and then they have to fight. They have to fight once more because the Shire has been taken over by a bunch of ruffians. So I had known about that, but it's not something I ever read. Andy Serkis, dude, once you listen to an audiobook of Andy Serkis, like, wow, he just like, it was a whole nother level of voice acting and narrating. I was like, this guy can do it all. So we'll see if he can direct, right? Because he's doing this Search for Golem movie coming out. He's directing that, so we'll see how he directs, but he's done a lot of good stuff lately. So
those are on my list, and I started reading going back to the Star Wars novels too, the recent continuity ones. And what's cool about those is it's very similar to Dungeon Crawler Carl, where it's like one, maybe two people doing the audio, but they add in like the background effects, and like you'll hear the lightsaber go off and everything, and I'm like,
they gotta have that. Come on.
Like, dude, those ones where they add just a little bit extra are so awesome.
Yeah, it elevates it for sure.
Yeah. So.
All right, we'll get into the news, folks, because we got a packed show.
Yeah, Fortress of Audiobooks.
Fortress of Audiobooks. We're rebranding. HBO announced that they're making a Baldur's Gate series. The series is being created and showrun by Craig Mazin, and is said to continue the story from the recent Baldur's Gate 3 video game that I never finished.
Same.
But no, awesome. You know how I feel about Wizards of the Coast properties being shared on a silver screen or the big screen, but I think this is great. I think you got a lot of cool characters. There's a lot of awesome Dungeons and Dragons lore. Yeah, why not?
And I want to take this back for the D&D people, because I've been seeing this posted as like Craig Mazin doing another video game adaptation. Because if you don't know, he did Last of Us as well.
Yep.
No. We're getting a D&D TV show, guys. Like, it's not like, yes, it's Baldur's Gate's a good video game franchise, but Baldur's Gate's a big like D&D thing. So I'm just excited to have a D&D show that looks like being at HBO, being taken seriously. They don't have to worry about George Railroad Martin finishing a book. They can
right. There's enough. Everything's been fitted. Like D&D is a moving beast.
They can just create their own story inside the world. Yeah, like I'm excited. This is going to be my fantasy show.
Yeah.
This is it. Yeah.
I will say, I want to take a side note on that. The Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which is on HBO right now, or Max, whatever, which is it was a novella within the realm of George Railroad Martin's series, Game of Thrones. That So I think there's like 4 episodes out. They're about half an hour each. It is probably my favorite thing out of the Game of Thrones, like world as far as like property. I've never read anything from them, but it is. I don't know if you've watched it, but it is of the tone of like A Knight's Tale. He's like they call him a hedge knight, so he's like a knight that is not. He doesn't belong to any like banner or lord, and he's trying to get into like a jousting games to make money and like earn Kiefer's name. But he basically was like he was trained by this knight that wasn't his father, that would just like go around and help people, but he was like piss poor and like had no lands, no money or anything. It is a completely different tone than any other Game of Thrones thing out there now. Like, there'll be parts where he's like talking about glory and valor, and then it'll like cut to him like shitting in the woods, like, because like that's stuff they had to do back then, right? Like you gotta take. So and there are some ties to like the Game of Thrones lore for some of the characters. Like if you do know kind of, I don't really know a lot of that stuff, so I've had it explained to me. But dude, it is a fun show. It is, and it's not a big commitment. It probably could have been made as like a 3-hour movie, and they've just split this up into like 30-minute episodes. It's great. And if you're like high fantasy, medieval, if you loved A Knight's Tale, like, because when it started, I said, wow, this kind of seems like A Knight's Tale, and then and more and more, that's the kind of tone it has. So,
okay,
highly recommend.
We'll see, maybe.
yeah, maybe.
You got me with A Knight's Tale. I like that movie a lot. Yeah,
that movie's so good.
Yeah.
New Daredevil Born Again Season 2 trailer, Chris. I didn't watch this one, but I'm ready for the show. I just want it to be here. So soon, right? Is it
March 24th?
Yeah, almost a month. A little over a month.
I am too. This kind of gave us our first look at Jessica Jones coming back, so that was cool. Mm-hmm. Other than that, yeah, it looks like Daredevil. Like, I'm with you. I just want this show. I want
the show.
Just give me a Daredevil show that comes out 365 days a year, because I fucking love Daredevil.
Yeah, and the Punisher movie. I want the Punisher movie too. But...
Yeah. I think, honestly, this year is going to be one of the more exciting Marvel MCU years, with Daredevil, with Spider-Man, with Avengers. We're back, baby.
We're so back. We're so back.
Yeah. I can't wait for this, man.
And with that, talk about Wonder Man, because all I see online is how fucking good Wonder Man is. So what do you think about it?
So we're back after Daredevil. It's not bad. It's I think it's getting a little overrated, because what it basically is, Mike, is an actor trying to make it in Hollywood story. And Hollywood loves to tell those stories, man.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
look how so hard it is to be an actor.
So it's so hard for us. Oh,
and in those moments, I'm just like, yeah, you all can just fuck right off.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care.
Isn't your uncle like Sylvester Stallone? Well, yeah, that too, but it's hard.
So the story, the main thread of like him trying to get the role of Wonder Man is like, okay, whatever. They do some cool things, though, because the guy that plays the Mandarin is in it, and he's back in the United States for the first time, and he ends up working for Damage Control, which is like, it was cool to hear Damage Control, but it's not really Damage Control.
No, it's not. It's not the one everybody knows.
Yeah, and there's funny moments throughout it where people see him, and they're like, "Aren't you the Mandarin?" And he's like, "Oh,
what?"
The guy who plays him is really good. It's the guy who plays Wonder Man.
Yeah,
he's Dr. Manhattan. He was
he
was in Aquaman. He's been in a lot of really good stuff. So
yeah,
he's good.
He had some iconic roles.
Yeah, and they set him up to where they could do something cool with him in the future. I just think at the end of the day, it was an okay superhero show. We didn't get enough answers, and that we focused way too much on like the whole life coming up as an actor story. It's okay. It's good. It's nothing like. I think it's way overrated with critics. Like, yeah. But I mean, I think you'll enjoy it. I don't think it's gonna be something you're gonna come back to in 2 years and be like, "This is my favorite MCU thing." I doubt anyone's gonna have that, or very few people are gonna have that response.
Yeah. That's all right. Well, it's a good show.
It's fine. It's just like every Wonder Man comic. It's okay.
Yeah, it's just okay. Nothing more to be expected there. Movie news: Marvel Studios announced who Tremel Tillman will be playing in Spider-Man: Brand New Day. The actor will be playing William Metzger, who is an anti-mutant character from the comics and a member of Damage Control. So there we go. We get another mention of Damage Control, anti-mutant. So we're starting to tiptoe into that definition.
We're getting more and more mutant stuff because
yeah,
there's all kinds of rumors going around about this movie. It was reported earlier today that like Ruffalo is officially back after everyone thinking he got fired.
Yeah.
And I guess Miss Marvel's in this, and if you remember Miss Marvel show, that was the first time we heard the word mutant in the MCU. So yeah, I mean it's a whatever character for me personally, but I'm just excited. I'm excited for Spider-Man, man. Like I'm so excited for this movie.
I'm gonna speculate here. I did see some like people posting about like leaks and stuff about like Spider-Man or not Spider-Man, Avengers Doomsday, and I think I don't know if you read this online. They said the opening scene was, or there is the opening scene or what of like Hugh Jackman's Wolverine fighting Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. And I read that and I said, this sounds like the most fan shit I've ever read. But also, I don't know how, that might be the coolest thing I've ever seen, or it might be the worst, but I think I would enjoy it either way.
I don't think Toby's coming back.
No, I don't think he's coming. Hugh Jackman for sure.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be Hugh Jackman's swan song.
Toby, I don't know.
Yeah, the rumors after all this, and now the rumors that they're going to split Secret Wars into 2 movies.
Yeah.
So just, suck more money out of us.
Yeah, cha-ching.
But when this is all over, that everything's going to be... The previous rumor was like, yeah, it's a new kind of reset. We're going to have X-Men. Fantastic Four is the pillar. Well, now the new rumor is that they're going to recast the entire Avengers and just kind of start over. Side having the X-Men and the Fantastic Four and the...
Yeah,
so,
which is, we'll see. There's a lot of things. Yeah, there's a lot of things happening right now.
I just want to see what this is. What's Doomsday? Yeah. What, it's going to be a big day for me, Doomsday and Doomsday, if you will.
Yeah.
And in one fall swoop, so yeah.
It's going to be awesome. Let's get into the comic news. Marvel announced a new one-shot comic titled Spider-Man: Meals to Astonish. It's an anthology comic. It's going to have stories from Steve Orlando, Ken Nimura, Edge Sue, and world-renowned chef Gustavo Duarte. Spider-Man: Meals to Astonish. Peter Parker heads downtown to photograph the opening world of Chef Jose Andres' brand new restaurant, but soon finds it's crashed by an insatiable villain, Electro. The electric fiend came prepared for Spider-Man, so Jose in the world's central kitchen must chip in with Spidey to save the day and everyone's dinner. Interesting. Yeah.
They did that Meals to Astonish one shot last year, within the past 6 months. So it must have done well.
Is that a Mignola cover?
That is Mignola cover. Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, wow, that's a Mike Mignola cover. Okay.
That was kind of when I first saw it, I'm like, holy shit, Mignola cover.
Yeah.
At Marvel. We haven't seen one of those in a long time.
The interior art is really good for this book. By Roy Macardo. Okay, so there's several artists, but some of the interior pages look really good.
Yeah. I like that Marvel's taking these shots with these kinds of books, because this is kind of stuff that we talked about with... I felt that manga was really doing, that was pulling people in, was these weird stories that just...
the Superman book. Yep.
Well, yeah, the Superman book, or, Delicious in Dungeon, where it's like... It brings me and you in because it's all about dungeon and D&D stuff, but then it's really a cooking book, and so do more of this. This is cool.
Yeah. We're getting a new maxi series, surprising to no one, that is called Doom Quest, from the Fantastic Four writer Ryan North and artist Francesco Mobley, The Days of Doom. Dr. Victor Von Doom is a great scientist and unparalleled sorcerer and the ruler of his own nation. He, by any measure, a great man, and yet Doom wants more. Surprising, and when Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic, his greatest enemy and eternal rival, is showcased at a prestigious international event to which Doom wasn't even invited, how dare they, Doom is outraged. Reed shares his plan for his eventual retirement project, the total optimization of history. Okay. He intends to go back in time to all eras of humanity wasted on war and conflict and fix them, saving trillions of lives and ensuring humanity can achieve its greatest and final glory. The idea of Reed rewriting history in his own image, of course, anti-ethical to Doom, and so he decides to do it before Reed does, but when Fantastic Four intervene, Doom finds himself in a battle he never intended to cross all time and space. So, I can't... Alright, my first issue, and that the cover by Alex Ross is amazing. Reed should know that you it's the Back to the Future premise. You can't go back and do that. Like, Reed should be smart enough, to know not to do that. Right?
I think it's a fun premise because it's going to put the Fantastic Four and Doom and like the American Revolution and World War II and all these cool.
I think it does sound like a fun book for sure, and they've done that before with a recent thing. So that I think that's cool. Yeah,
and I think Ryan North's been doing, from what I hear from you and others, he's doing a ton of time travel stuff with Fantastic Four. So it makes sense. The funny thing with this is, like, I saw it announced, and all I could think is Doom is dead. Long live Doom.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Like, there's no Doom in the Marvel Universe right now because he's dead. So let's do a Doom miniseries that could be at any point in the Fantastic Four history. Who cares?
Yeah, we'll just take him out of time. Yeah, out of continuity.
But cool book, and good for Ryan North to get something like this, because he's been killing it at all fronts with the Fantastic Four. So
I need just a giant omnibus of what he's done, so that way I can just read all the Fantastic Four.
Well, it'll come soon enough, Mike.
Yeah. Marvel announced a new event that'll follow up the events that led to the end of Ultimate Universe, titled Reborn Ultimate Impact. So again, the Ultimate Universe is dead. Long live the Ultimate Universe. The series will be written by Chris Condon with art by Stefano Caselli. Fallout from Ultimate Endgame. Miles Morales returned from Ultimate Universe with a plan: safeguard the origin boxes, catalysts for the creation of new superheroes, before they fall into the wrong hands. But the secret is out, as Miles battles over the boxes engulfs in the entire Marvel Universe. Witness the creation of stunning and unforgettable new characters on both sides of the conflict as we shape the future of the 616. Okay, so we're getting new Ultimate characters.
They've been teasing this for a while with like the origin boxes coming. I remember we talked about it at the end of last year. That was their big thing, was like the origin boxes will be important in the future.
Right.
Okay. I just want to see what it is. I want to see like, what are these new characters? Are they new versions? Is it going to be another one of these, like, because the origin boxes were supposed to create versions of the characters that are supposed to exist in the Ultimate Universe. So if there wasn't a Captain America, this origin box would give Steve Rogers the Captain America abilities, so on and so forth.
Right.
So what are these boxes going to do? Like, is it just going to be, because I'm just a random character, Spider-Man. If there's a Spider-Man origin box, we just gonna get a third Spider-Man, or what?
Right.
I want to know what this is all about, because it says unforgettable new characters. Okay, that you've set a precedent, and now I need to see what it is.
Right. Of course.
Yeah, I'll be here for it though. I'm a sucker for event comics, as you know. So I'll be there for it.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
DC announced the next installment of their World Anthology series will be all about Supergirl. What? No way. For those that don't know, the series features stories from creators all around the world. The installment in the USA creators will be Mariko Tamaki, Skylar Partridge. Shout out to Skylar, former guest of the show. And it's a global celebration of the Maiden of Might. Supergirl has long stood as one of DC's most inspiring superheroes, a symbol of hope, resilience, and compassion. In the new anthology, creators from around the world explore how Kara Zor-El's story resonates across the borders and cultures, and how her mission to protect her adopted home takes a new meaning when viewed through global lens. Cool. I think these are a cool concept. And yeah, we're getting a lot of countries. We got Turkey, France, Brazil, Poland, Mexico, Germany, Colombia, Japan, Italy, Spain, Serbia, Cameroon. Wow. Finland, countries I thought that wouldn't, Argentina. So that's cool. No, I think that's a really awesome. I think it's a really awesome concept. I'm just not a huge Supergirl fan, so.
Like this premise. I think they did one for Batman. I know they did one for Superman. They might even do one for Joker. But Yeah, they've done a few of them. It's cool. Yeah, I mean, name name your favorite creator from Cameroon, Mike.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Well, now you might have one.
I might have. Yeah, I think it's really cool to show off talent across the world as well.
Yeah, it's a great way to, like you said, showcase new talent, but also show people, like, bring them into our world, because maybe that creator is making the best comic ever in Cameroon, and let's see them come to the mainstream, come to the big leagues. Like, not to poo-poo Cameroon, but
No. Not at all. Yeah.
you make your stuff in America, it gets worldwide, and that's huge. I love that DC's doing this. They should keep doing it. Like, it feels like every year they got a new one, and now they can even tie it in with a movie, Mike. So even that. So yeah,
I know. Dark Horse announced a new miniseries titled Hidden Springs from writer Rob Williams and artist Nil Vendrell. A retirement community field trip of a group of aging ex-Hollywood stars turns toward the bizarre when they encounter a baby kaiju on the run from military agents. Bonding quickly the creature, the cantankerous cadre of former celebrities have to somehow get the kaiju to safety before it causes the end of the world. You know me, I'm all about kaijus. I think that art that they have is awesome. The thing is disgusting looking, but I'm sure it'll be really cute and captivating. Yeah, I'm here for this. So
yeah, it sounds like a cool twist on the kaiju story.
Yeah,
it sounds interesting, definitely.
Mad Cave Studios and Lucasfilm Publishing announced a new partnership to bring all ages comics to the Paper Cuts line. The first two graphic novels announced are Star Wars Smugglers and Scoundrels from writer Kevin Scott, artist Christian Colbert, and Star Wars Tales from the Outer Rim: The Legend of Beggar's Canyon from writer Greg Pak and artist Brent Schoonover. This is huge, and some big names, some big important names to the Star Wars comic book universe, and for Mad Cave to pick that up, awesome.
Yeah, we talk a lot about Mad Cave stuff and how much we enjoy it, but
yeah,
that Paper Cuts line is huge, man.
Oh yeah, it's bigger than the comics.
Yeah. And they've created something kind of silently that is bigger than most other publishers, including Marvel and DC.
Mm-hmm.
And for them to do this is really cool. I mean, Star Wars has always been a kid's property, and I think getting more kids into it is going to be huge for the future of it. I wonder what this means for Dark Horse's all ages comics, because they're different than what Mad Cave is doing right now with this. Like, if you look at the art and everything, it's different. So I'll be interested to see where the future goes with this, but I think this is huge. And yeah, great creative teams here. I'll probably check a few of these out as they come out, see what they're all about.
Yeah, no, I think it's awesome. I think Lucasfilms isn't going to get involved unless there's a bigger outlet for them. I think they're going to have a bigger outreach to younger people with the Paper Cuts line, right?
Yeah, and trust me, I get the emails. They push Paper Cuts like you wouldn't believe. Like, there's always stuff coming out. They really want to push the creators through there. And I mean, we talk about books that we enjoy over there, like Dick Tracy and Speed Racer and everything. Not necessarily Dick Tracy in this sense, but Speed Racer and Flash Gordon, all that.
Mm-hmm.
What's great about those is you get the comics, you get the anthologies. Paper Cuts gets a cut of that too, and they're getting kids into these IPs as well. So yeah, huge. I love this announcement.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's talk about where we read over the last couple weeks. I'm going to talk about Absolute Wonder Woman 15 and 16. The Absolute Wonder Woman 15 is the crossover where Batman and Wonder Woman come together, which is awesome. He's helping Wonder Woman investigate like these like occult murders, and there's something that happens where like Wonder Woman gets possessed and then Batman has to fight her, but he helps her out, and she basically gives him a thing to like, hey, if you ever need my help, let me know. We see more about this villain that's trying to get them both Batman and Wonder Woman killed, and then in Absolute Wonder Woman 16, we get Diana's kind of going to a we get some more backstory, but she's also going to this like opening for a new museum, and she gets attacked by the Suicide Squad, but it's all of the past. It's like a woman Suicide Squad, so Zatanna is like running it, and that's who was attacking her in the earlier issues. So she's like stolen the magic from Wonder Woman. So it's really cool. So there's some villains that we've seen in the past, so they're gonna fight in the next issue. Again, Absolute Wonder Woman, one of my favorite books.
Definitely.
Absolute Batman 16. Batman calls on Diana's help with this. Yeah, there it is. With this new token he received. So he wants to help Killer Croc because he's still more of a monster than he is of a human. He probably got the worst set of cards dealt to him besides everybody else in the hospital right now out of the Rogues Gallery. But they go to fight this like centaur that has an artifact that could help him heal or help Killer Croc, and he fights the centaur with Diana, which was just an awesome epic event there. He gets hit with this arrow that ends up being the relic that he needs. It's like stuck in his shoulder by the end of the issue. I think the two characters like meeting with each other just it works really well. I didn't know how it was going to go, but I think this issue was a lot of fun.
I liked the dichotomy between those two books, that the Wonder Woman one felt like a Wonder Woman story and the Batman one feels like a Batman story, which I thought was really well done by the writers here. And then the Batman one I love. So first, Two-Face, very animated series Two-Face. Love that. And then just that one page like intermediate story where it's just like Alfred feeding Killer Croc for no reason.
Yeah. But he's got to keep him fed, right?
Yeah, it made me chuckle in the middle of it. Yeah, great issue.
Absolute Flash number 11. Flash gets out of. He's like trapped. He was trapped in the Speed Force. Or I don't know. I think they call it the Still Force. I don't know what force he's trapped. He's definitely trapped. But he gets out and he's going to face Thawne in the next issue. So that's kind of where we're at. Eobard is like this. Thawne is like a monster that's come out of the Force. So he's not like himself. So it's a really interesting issue. And like the Rogues are actually trying to help the Flash. There's some stuff I'm behind on. Like I haven't caught up on Absolute Martian Manhunter. I haven't read Superman or Justice League Unlimited, so I missed both those books. I caught up on Geiger number 20. Met up with sorry, I'm losing my voice. Geiger number 20, where he finally meets up with the Northerner. Mm-hmm. So that was a really cool issue, like he talked about, where he gets all those random weapons and stuff like that. I still have to read Absolute Green Lantern, Absolute Superman 16. So I want to talk about a book that I think is probably one of my favorite books so far this year. And I know I sent you a couple pictures. I sent some screenshots to some people. I have never read an Archie book in my life. But I don't get much Army of Darkness. I didn't read Red Sonja, Army of Dark or Evil Dead, because I'm just not I don't think I'll ever read a Red Sonja book. Sorry. But Archie and the Army of Darkness by Eric Burnham and Bill Galvin on the art. First off, Bill Galvin's art is in the Archie style is so fucking good. It's an amazing issue. Archie's friend, and I don't even know the Archie character. Archie's got this whole ragtag gang with him. I don't fucking know who these people are. But he's got an obnoxious friend that inherited a cabin from his parents. So he's like, oh, let's have a party there. So they're all having a party. And, Jughead's in it. And I don't know anything about Jughead besides he just eats cheeseburgers in every scene. I think they're making a parody of these characters because he's like eating cheeseburgers in almost every scene that he sees them. And so they get to the party, they have a cabin. Oh, then they find a trap door in the cabin, Chris. And they go down, and there's the Book of the Dead drawn in the Archie style art, and of course they read the words from it, and they say, wow, did you hear an earthquake? That was weird. So they go out, and the Deadites are just ripping these kids to shreds at this house party, and so they're trapped in the cabin, like Archie and the main characters. So then we flash back to 2 weeks ago. There's these like new robot dogs that have come out, and Archie has like, I don't know, he's got like 2 girlfriends or something, I don't know, Betty and Veronica, but they both want these robot dogs that are sold out everywhere. They're really expensive. So Archie's like, I gotta get a job. So where does he get a job? At S-Smart.
Shop Smart.
Shop S-Smart. And so Bruce Bruce Campbell, Ash, trains him because he's like, oh, I just got transferred to this town. He goes, and he explains, he gives him his whole backstory of the Book of the Dead, and his like, this is after Army of Darkness because he's got the metal fist, and he's like, yeah, he's like, life's been pretty dry, but he's like, this town seems pretty nice, like nothing bad has happened yet. And then you see in like his reflection in the mirror, you see like evil Ash like looking at him. Dude, it is so good. It was such a great issue. I don't even like Archie, but the way they did the art, the way they've combined like Ash meeting him and then the house party is fucking fantastic. It was so much fun.
I love that the Jay and Silent Bob Archie issue is kind of similar in that Archie needs a job to get a present for his girlfriend, so he gets a job at Quick Mart.
Yeah, I think
Quick Stop. I mean,
that's like the just the plot device, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
It was a lot of fun.
So is it a one issue thing, or is it going to be?
I think it's going to be like 4 issues, maybe.
Okay, so it didn't conclude in this issue.
No, it did not conclude. No. World's Finest 47. This is the second half of the Joker-Lex fusion fight. Joker's taking over in the mind. He's like, Lex made a big mistake trying to work with him. And he's like sapping everybody their knowledge, and this is after revealing to everybody in the world Superman and Batman's identities. There's actually an interesting conversation with Lois and Superman in this issue because Superman never explained to her why he never told her, and they kind of have like a resolution out of that. The Atom and Flash save the day, which is really cool. And then the fusion anomaly sticks around, like the Batman Superman anomaly. There's like a suit still, or like a being, but they like keep it locked up. But the next issue, Chris, of this book they teased is Owlman and Ultraman, World's Finest. Oh baby. So dude, this World's Finest run, we're almost 50 issues in. What a treasure this is going to be. This has to be one of the most epic Batman Superman books of all time. I mean, wow.
This might be one where it's like On the Bus might be worth the purchase. This
is a book like this is like a book of all books. You got to like, if you're a Batman Superman fan, this is the book you got to read. Redcoat 16, Benedict is back. Benedict Arnold. He says he's changed. It's weird because he's not as evil as he was. He says he wants to offer Simon to make his family immortal because, you know, Simon's immortal. He has a family now. They're not immortal. Mm-hmm. But it's going to come with a cost. So that's kind of the last, that's like the kind of like menacing thing is like Benedict Arnold could kill his family, but he doesn't, and says like, I know you want to be with them forever. Here's what you got to do. JSA number 16. This is the year 1 story, part 4. Lots of action with all the different members of the JSA. This is what nothing I could have asked for more out of a JSA book. It seems like bad things happening in the city are tied back to like one guy in charge. It's like Human Guy, which I specify human because at the end he like his hair gets ripped off and he has stitching in his head, and he reveals that he's Ultra Humanite, but he's in a human body for now, and we all know Ultra Humanite is in a giant like gorilla body. So I'm guessing eventually his brain's going to get transported into a gorilla. But really cool story. I mean, this JSA book, Jeff Lemire, he gets it.
That's one I want to go back and read.
Yeah. So I didn't read the DC KO. There's Night Fight number 4. There's Boss Battle number 1 I got to read, so I'm behind on those. Then I got Batman number 5 and 6 I caught up on. Mm-hmm. You know, the 5 there, Bruce goes on a date with this doctor that he's trying to, you know, understand her research. He gets attacked by multiple parties. There's a cool sword fight with like this girl who has swords and like can turn into birds. That was really awesome. Mm-hmm. Damian comes in and takes her out, but calls Bruce father in front of the girl. So she's like, "Wait, why is? What the fuck?"
That was a great last page. Like
that was, yeah, that was a great reveal. So then we get into 6, and he's like scolding Damian. So we get a few things happening with the Bat family. Damian's getting a scolding. Tim Drake wants to go off and, you know, be a normal teenager and stop being Robin, which is cool. And Damian feels shitty with him about it. And Hugo and Penguin are like mad about the doctor not being kidnapped because they want her to use for something. But she has somebody in a tank that she's working on. And people are like speculating it might be the Joker that she has in this like Bacta tank. But it's Matt Fraction, everybody. So like, let's see what the big reveal is going to be. how he's going to handle the character. I am interested to see how it comes out.
Yeah, I've been reading, like, I haven't read issue 6 yet, but I'm reading everywhere that, like, he's got a Joker story coming. Because, you know, they've got to, for some reason, they've got to hype up a Joker story every year.
Yeah, which I'm not excited about, but I am excited about Matt Fraction writing it. So
I'm at the point with Batman where I just expect a Joker story like every year or two. Like, it's just going to happen.
It's going to happen.
I cannot like it, but it is what it is.
I am still liking this Batman. I think this book is phenomenally better than Hush Part 2, so...
I was joking with a friend because they keep announcing new books with, like, Jim Lee covers. And I'm like, Jim Lee will draw anything but Hush Part 2.
Oh, yeah, for real.
He just refuses to finish this
doesn't
fucking
want to
book.
That's really all I got to, as far as...
I didn't get to the shop this week because it's negative 2 degrees out here.
Yeah,
so
it's bad out there, folks. You don't want to go outside.
But some books from last week I read. We talked about Batman, so I Hate Fairyland number 47.
Hell yeah.
This is the end of the Frankenstein story where Gert makes a friend for her Frankenstein monster, and the friend, like, doesn't want to be friends with the Frankenstein monster. And then by the end, Gert just abandons them, and so they end up teaming up anyways. And what I love is Scotty just completely brings Gert to this mission at the end. It's like a 3-page mission where all she has to do is get this ice monster some ice cream, and he will bring her back to any point in time in her life that she wants. So she could basically erase everything that's happened to her and go back to being a normal little girl. And then right as he's about to do it, the 2 Frankenstein monsters come and just kill that thing. So the next issue is going to probably be a big fight where Gert kills them. But just awesome, fun book. I Hate Fairyland's like one of those books that is going to be forever on my top. Captain America number 6. Doom's Shadow Part 1. This is a big setup issue. So we're back in modern times. Cap basically goes into a bar in the beginning and hears some people over talking about Doom and how, like, you know, he had everything under control and he was right. Basically, it's Chip talking about Trump. And Cap beats the shit out of him, ends up in jail. And then Tony Stark has to bail him out. And so he goes and meets up with Nick Fury Jr. and finds out that Nick Fury wants to start a new shield. But it's a lean and mean shield. It's going to be different this time. And that's where kind of the group of heroes across different countries comes in. And they're going to go into Latveria and kind of try to settle things down. So that's basically they're setting up what's going to happen, and it's really leading up to the whole Armageddon storyline that Chip's been talking about. And then Save Now Origins issue from Bad Idea. So Save Now is a really great book that I love. It's a cool time travel story that has like some superhero elements to it. This is literally the 4 characters, the superhero team. It's their origin stories.
Oh, okay.
It's whatever. I mean, it's not the main. I didn't need this. The main book is good. I didn't need their origin stories. So I'd say check out Save Now, but don't think you have to read Origins. I don't think it's going to be important in any way.
Okay.
And then for the first time in a long time, Mike, I read an early book, which is The Barbarian Behind Bars, number 1 from Mad Cave.
Nice.
Which will be out today as you're all listening to this. And that's the one where, so basically this barbarian is fighting his like nemesis, who's like the king of their land and everything. And in the middle of New York City, he just chops his head off. And the cops come and is like, yeah, you can't do that, and arrest him.
You can't just do that.
And then the rest of the book is like he's in jail, he's talking to his attorney, except he doesn't speak English, so like the attorney can't figure out what language he's talking. And the whole time the barbarian's in the jail, they have his weapons stored in like an armory across the way, and he's being like linked to it psychically and trying to get back to it. So the whole issue is him trying to get back to it. And then the end of the issue, he does. Like, he gets there, and there's this huge thing where all the people who have been abusing him in the jail, the guards, are standing there in his way, and he's just got the axe and his crown.
Yeah.
And we do get a little thing where he's speaking his language, but we can understand what he's saying. And he's given the story, and it's a typical Barbarian story. Like we were fighting, and I was trying to save my homeland, and this man was a monster, blah blah blah. And how they ended up here was kind of He-Man-esque, where they're fighting, and they had to fight through time. Cool. And they ended up in New York City, and before he could get back to his land, they arrested him. It's a cool twist on the Barbarian story, and I'm interested to see where it goes. And then Andrea Muti does the art, so it's a really cool kind of like watercolor-esque art style to go with it. Yeah, really, really great issue. So definitely check it out.
Awesome.
But yeah, that was everything I read, Mike. Where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me at Fortress Ricker on X/Twitter. Where can they find you and or the show?
You can find me on X, Blue Sky, social media everywhere at Fortress Chris, also at chriscomicscorner.substack.com. And you can find the show on social media at Fortress Pod or at fortresscomicnews.com. And if you want a sports show, 5-star reviews on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever podcatcher you use. Go over to the YouTube channel, check out the videos there, and like, subscribe, share, comment down below on those. And then you can check out patreon.com/fortresscomics for more. Thank you all so much for watching and or listening this week. We'll see y'all here next week.